that's a big lot of population that are doing this. But these are also some of the tools they use. Like, it's an addiction. You'll use anything you get your hands on. From when people hear self-injury, most people think of a razor blade. That's a stereotype. I'm saying most people because I know that that's what I thought. There are warning signs that they tell you to look for if you do know someone who could be. When you have unexplainable cuts, burns, things like that. Okay, this one I do not agree with, the wearing long sleeves, pants in warm weather. As you see, I'm right now wearing pants. My sleeves are kind of long. I do not self-harm. I'm saying this because my high school counselor actually asked me if I self-harmed because I wore jackets and pants all the time. They'll stay away from beaches, pools, things that they would have to show skin, simply because they're ashamed of it. They do not want people to know what they do. They tend to have very low self-esteem and views of themselves. The sad truth is they see themselves as worthless. They have no worth in their own eyes. They have no business being here in their opinion. They can't handle their feelings. I'm not going to say I myself had battled depression for a bit, but I did have some similar feelings during my high school years. I didn't want to get up in the morning, so I get where this comes from. They can't relate to people. That gives them relationship problems. They will not be truly honest with anyone because they have to hide. And they don't, because of this, they can't function. They cannot truly function. They can't concentrate on school, work, anything of that nature. Okay. I'm going to tell you my friend's story. She wanted her name to not be mentioned. I'm going to respect her wishes. My friend started self-harming when she was just 7 years old. At the age of 7, she was taking a razor blade to her arms and legs. Her dad was an abusive drunk. Her mom was a druggie. She felt like she had no one. When we were in our senior year of high school, she moved to Lincoln County. I got to know her. But I realized she started pulling away from me and our friends. And I also, toward the same time, realized and noticed a cut on her wrist. Like most people, at the time, I didn't think much of it. Until the pieces of the puzzle started to connect. She didn't flat out tell me. I had to put it together, and I put it in a way that she could not deny it. And she actually broke down crying when I confronted her. It's not something she's proud of. She hates it. She didn't know that this was a big problem. She thought it was just her. She didn't know that there was a group that she could talk to that could help her. She didn't know that there was a way that she wouldn't have to be alone to deal with it. And the reason why I picked the picture of the Love Me is because she has that scarred right above her kneecap on her leg. Again, this was her way of dealing. It's sadly the way of many people dealing. And it's not just people like my friend in our class, even celebrities. I can almost guarantee there's not anyone in this room that did not know who at least one of these people are. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Now, we owe Princess Diana here for bringing self-injury to the world's awareness. Before 1996, we didn't realize exactly how bad it could get. She put a limelight on it. She admitted it. Just like Debbie Lavana has brought to the public's attention by saying, yeah, I've done this, I'm not proud of it, I needed help, I got it. People who do that and still, they wasn't proud, but they didn't hide the fact that they've done it. They got help. They're trying to show that you don't have to do this. And the sad part is, still, most people who self-harm will never seek help for it. It will eventually lead them to their grave. How many of you have heard of suicide by cutting? I have. I can almost guarantee everyone in this room had. Sad point is, 9/10 of those were accidents. They went too deep. It's an addiction. It's sad you never get the same feeling you did as your first time. Just like a drug. Now that you're aware of the need to get TWLA's name out there, let's discuss how we can do this. The solution is simple. Tell people about them. You can do it orally, like I'm doing here, and like I have been doing since I found them 3 years ago. You can email it to someone if you think they might benefit them or someone they know. Because statistics aren't going to go down unless we make them go down. Also, they have a Facebook page. They have a Twitter. You can always take a couple seconds of your time, hit the like button. You can add them to your Twitter follows and things. I don't have a Twitter. I'm sorry. I don't know a lot about it. And they also, another way they help these people is they take them to events. They have bands that actually support them. I can look up them on YouTube right now. I can pull out songs that they have wrote about their subjects, and some of them even sponsor them. It's said that music is magic. I have to say it's true, because it did help my friend. Now that you know, now that you can see the simple solution to this problem, think about what could happen if it doesn't. Imagine going to hug your best friend and they pull away because they have that on their arms. As I said, that can cause a fake suicide because they don't actually mean to kill themselves. It's accidental. Less people will reach out for them to this organization to get help. More people will die, more depression, because people wondering what happened. I have to say, my friend, if people hadn't noticed when they did, she probably wouldn't be here right now. She told me a couple weeks ago, actually, that before I confronted her about it, she was planning suicide. And that simply broke my heart. So I do have a close tie with this organization. Even though they didn't actually help her, I know they could have, if she would have known and would have reached out to them earlier. Self-injury is an addiction, people. It's just like Coke. It's just like meth. And they do help with those too. And without them, less people get help. They sponsor detox centers. That's how a lot of people are able to go and get help. And without them, a lot of families and friends would be in mourning. I would have been one of them. And I would never have known why. Why? A simple question. And sometimes, even to this day, when I see something like that, I ask that simple question, why do people do this? Even though I sort of know the answer now. Now that you see how important getting TWLOHA's name out there, hopefully you will tell someone about them in the near future. Tonight I've shared you information about self-injury and how to help people with it. Simply be there. Point blank, don't let them be alone. Remember, you can help this organization simply by telling someone. They're not very well known. They don't have a lot of coverage. And I think, sadly, they don't have enough. Hopefully with your help and TWLOHA, we will see that 4% of the population self-injuring go down. Thank you.